Okay, now you can start talking.
Okay, good. I'm glad because we sit in silence until you record.
I know that it's so awkward. You just sort of stare at each other, and then sometimes
Yeah.
there's like one single tear that comes down your cheek, and I feel so bad for you. I'm like, I should start
yeah.
talking.
Yeah, because I want to express myself, but I can't do it if it's not being recorded.
No. What's the point in talking if you're not recording it? Hi, everybody. Welcome to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. I'm Jimmy Nichols.
My name is Paul Stillson.
All right, Jimmy Nichols and Paul Stillson present Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. We're thrilled to be here today. I don't know why I pulled the name Jimmy Nichols out of the air. Do you know who Jimmy Nichols was?
No, who?
Okay, this is kind of fascinating to me. In fact, this is really fascinating to me. Imagine for a moment that you're living in like the year 1964 or 65. I'm not sure what year it was, somewhere around there. The Beatles are at the height of their popularity, and all of a sudden, Ringo gets sick and can't tour with them for like 2 weeks, and you're just like some drummer, some random drummer, and they pick you out and they go like, hey, come be the drummer for the Beatles for 2 weeks. And then that was Jimmy Nichols. And then Jimmy Nichols steps in, tours with them, does these huge concerts. Girls are screaming. It's crazy. He's playing for the biggest band in the whole world. And then finally the 2 weeks are over and Ringo's like, I feel better now. And they're like, okay, Jimmy, go get on that plane and go away forever.
Wow. Your life will never be this good, Jimmy. See you later.
I mean, it's pretty true. Like, I'm fascinated that this guy went from nothing to like the greatest experience in the world, I'm assuming. And then once again back to just, all right.
But it was probably also a lot of work, a lot of pressure.
I'm sure he didn't have time in that 2 weeks to like really bond with the other guys. I mean, I doubt they stayed in touch.
They probably slapped him every day and said, get to work.
Yeah, well, it was because he was sleeping. I mean, you got to slap
Yeah.
Jimmy awake. If there's one thing I know about Jimmy Nichols, that man liked to sleep.
Sure, yeah, but do you know who Paul Stillson is?
Yeah, Paul Stillson invented Stillson cheese.
Yeah, he sure did. He invented it. And the unique quality that Stillson cheese has is they put the milk in slightly later.
Oh, man. A lot of people don't know this about Stillson cheese, but Paul Stillson actually was not the original drummer for Stillson cheese. Their drummer was Ringo Stillson. He got sick, had to take 2 weeks off.
Do you pronounce it Ringo or Ringo?
I pronounce it Ringo. 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 I think Ringo with a soft G.
You
Ringo
think it's
Starr.
Ringo?
Ringo Starr?
I think it's Ringo.
Bringo.
But
maybe it's Bringo. Like, hey, Bringo me that guitaro.
Bringo? You add an implied B to it?
Well, there is a B there. It's just silent. But if you look at Beatles albums, his name's always spelled with a B at the beginning. I mean, any Beatles fan can tell you that. Bringo me that guitaro.
I'm Googling pronunciation of Ringo. Okay.
Ringo. I guess it is Ringo. I guess it is Ringo with a hard G. I've never really thought about it.
Huh.
We should ask Bringo Starr how he pronounces it.
Okay. No, I doubt he pronounces it Bringo, first of all, because there is no B.
During Christmas time, they pronounce his name Kris Kringo.
Do they?
Yeah.
So
Everybody knows that. Yeah.
The L-E is pronounced as an O?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kris Kringo.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, I'm so glad that we have stuff to talk about because I had prepared conversation starters, and I don't even think we need them. I mean, we're just so good
Forget
at this.
it. Tear it up. Tear them up.
We're just tearing it up. This is great.
No. Tear up those notes that you have.
Yeah, we're tearing them up. Yeah, we're really tearing it up today.
No. Like, actually, literally
Woo!
pick up the piece of paper.
I don't have a piece of paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Greg.
You know why I don't believe in paper?
Modern man. You're a modern man.
No,
I
I mean,
guess.
I'm not modern. I just don't believe it exists.
You don't believe paper exists?
I never have.
What's that behind you on the wall there?
That's some canvas. That's a canvas poster.
Yeah. Well, that's Well, that's paper.
No, it's not paper.
Can-
It's canvas. It's
canvas.
Not, it's canvas is not paper.
That is what paper is.
Canvas
so
is not paper.
It doesn't sound like you don't believe in paper. It sounds like you just want to call it canvas. That's what it sounds
That's
like.
actually, it's just a stretched canvas is what I have right there. It's not paper.
Yeah, paper, yes.
There's no paper. Paper doesn't exist.
Okay, what is canvas then?
I will write it down right here, and I will prove it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Paper does not exist. See, I wrote it so you can tell right there. It says it right there.
Yeah.
So
What it says it on a piece of paper, Greg. That's paper what you were holding.
I'm not holding anything. If you look at my hands, they're empty.
Well, now you're not. Yes.
Okay, look.
but you were.
I feel like now we need the conversation starter. So I'm really glad that I didn't print them out on this so-called paper and so-called rip it, so-called up. All right, conversation starters. Here we go. Dragons.
Oh, wait, so you don't believe in up? Hang on a second.
Wait a minute. Here we go. Dragons. Real
Dragons.
or not real?
Not real.
I agree.
Okay. I believe there is an animal that has a dragon in the name, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, dragon fruit.
No, that's a fruit. That's not an animal.
Oh, yeah, dragonfly.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
a fly.
Yeah.
The Komodo dragon.
Come on, there you go. There it is. Yes,
Yeah.
the Komodo dragon. Yes.
You know what? I love Komodos, but I don't really care for the dragons. You know?
It's all one thing. It's a Komodo dragon.
Sometimes when I need to go to the bathroom, I'll say, Bringo me the Komodo. It all ties together.
It all ties. It doesn't tie together though. You're just
It does.
You're just saying the things that happened before.
That's how you tie it together. That's how you do it.
Bringo me the Komodo. Paper doesn't exist.
See how well that works?
Yeah,
That works.
yeah,
It
yeah.
works so well. It's so
Yeah.
good.
I even tied in the paper bit.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. I feel like the dragon thing is not. I feel like we didn't really start much of a conversation about dragons. So
No,
let's
we
just move.
could. I have a follow up. Like,
All right,
what is
all
it
right.
about dragons that you don't like?
No,
Why don't
no.
you?
I don't. It's whether are they real or not. That's the conversation
Oh.
started. We both
Oh.
said they're not real,
Okay,
and now
But
we don't
do you
have
like
to elaborate
dragons?
on that. I don't. That's not part of the conversation starter.
We
can't-
could talk about dragons.
I can't.
Right? We
Look,
could.
look.
Here's
I'm-
why
I'm-
the conversation doesn't start. It's because you're refusing to let it. You're refusing to
I'm
let it.
trying to abide by the rules of conversation starters. You read the conversation starter, and then let's just move on to the next one. All right.
Okay.
What is
Let's, yeah. Okay. And that's the
Okay.
thing. You're just moving on
We're
to the next
moving
one.
on.
That's why the conversation isn't happening.
What is
Yeah.
your favorite song by the band Big Country? I'll start. In a Big Country. Okay, now you choose another one of their songs.
Hit me with your best shot.
That's not one of their songs. That's Pat Benatar.
I want to hold your hand.
Nope, that is The Bottles, starring Bringo
Okay.
Starkley.
No. What
love
was
the
your
Bottles.
favorite? In a big country.
In a Big Country.
I think my favorite's In a Big Country.
No, you have to pick a different one.
No. Why does my favorite
pick another
contingent
one of
on
their
what
pick
your
another
favorite
one
is?
of their hits.
Chance.
That's not a hit. Got to pick one of their hits.
Look away.
Nope. All right, let's try a different band.
Okay.
What's your favorite song by the band M? I'll start. Pop music. Okay, you pick another one of their hits.
Another hit. Greg, are you picking one hit wonders?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
All right, favorite Norman Greenbaum song. I'll start. Spirit in the Sky. Okay, you choose another one.
Oh Jesus.
Gonna send me up to the spirit in the
Don't
sky.
stop believing.
No, no. I'm sorry. You got to go on a different journey. All right, listen. Let's move on. I don't think the music conversation is working. I have one more.
That's because you set it up to fail. Right? You picked one hit wonders,
Okay.
and you told me not to pick another.
This one is open-ended, okay? We could go anywhere with this conversation, all right? This is a conversation starter, and I'm even going to let you start, okay?
Okay, all right.
Let's talk about lawnmowers. Okay, go ahead and start.
Well, we have a electric lawnmower, and I very much enjoy mowing lawns sometimes, but I mostly don't care about grass or lawns. How about you? How do you feel about grass or lawns?
I have no
Greg.
opinion. No opinion.
Yeah, you have a blank look on your face, like you are ready to not say a thing about this. You are not going to say one word about grass or lawns or lawnmowers.
Okay, I'll tell you a true story. I was in the
Yeah.
LAX airport. That's what they call it, the LAX airport, which stands for Los Angeles X-ray airport. And
yeah. Wait, so LAXA
LAX.
then? Laxa?
Well,
Okay.
no, you use the A in the middle for Angeles and airport. You read it in order, but then once you get to X-ray, then you go back to the A and you say airport. It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, so I'm in the LAX airport with my friend Dave. This was years ago, and we're about to fly to a little-known place called Hawaii. I don't know if you've ever been to Hawaii, but it's
no,
beautiful.
I've never been to Hawaii.
It's lovely. That's how they pronounce it. They pronounce it Hawaii. We say Hawaii, but they pronounce it Hawaii.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No,
If you've ever been there.
I believe Germans might pronounce it Hawaii.
That's who I'm talking about. So anyway.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we're about to fly to Hawaii, and who is sitting just a few seats away from us, but legendary rock and roll star Todd Rundgren. And so, and this is a true story. So I walk up to Todd Rundgren, and I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Rundgren, I got a Poulan lawnmower, and it had this bag on it, but I decided I didn't really want to bag the grass, so I substituted the blade with a mulching blade, and then took the bag off. Now it just mulches the grass, and it lays that nice clean mulch on top, and I don't have to bag grass anymore."
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he said, "Oh, okay." I was like, I just wanted to tell you that because I figure that most people just walk up and tell you how big of a fan they are and talk about your music and stuff. I just wanted to talk about something different. And he's like, "Oh, okay, well, I appreciate that."
And did he have anything else to say about it?
No, that was pretty much it. Yeah, he didn't I mean, just like me, he didn't really add to the lawnmower conversation. But that is a true story. That's what I said to Todd Rundgren because I just didn't want to go up and go like, "Oh my God, I love your stuff in the 70s. Well, I mean, the early 70s, but then like late 70s, you started to lose me. And then I liked a little bit in the 80s, but then you really lost me after that. And now I'm just not interested in your music at all."
Yeah.
See, you don't want to walk up and say that.
No, I think most people who like him would not say that. They would not say.
But I do like him, but I just really like the stuff he did like in the 70s.
But you don't have to bring up the stuff you don't like.
Listen, I'm all about honesty.
Okay. I mean,
are you a dishonest person, Greg? Craig?
No,
wait, are you
but
Greg or
no.
Craig? I always forget.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, our names are so similar. I can't keep them straight.
There's such a thing as tact and too much honesty.
There's also such a thing as too much tact.
No, I don't know. I don't know that there is. I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, you don't want to have too much tact because then people be like, "Ugh, that guy Greg or whatever your name is, too much tact."
I think if it was too much tact, it wouldn't be tact. I think it would just be too calculated.
Be like overtact. You don't want to suffer from overtact.
Then it's not tact anymore. Tact is inherently good, Greg. It's inherently good.
I feel like I'm being attacked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
See what I did? That's why people listen. Yeah, that's why people listen to this podcast. For a little turn of a phrase, that's why they listen to the podcast, and now everybody's happy.
And so now they're all going to unsubscribe because we finally had one. Had one.
No.
Yeah.
No, they know that more is coming. It might take another 71 episodes, but more. By the way, we're in episode number 71. Did you ever think that we'd do this many?
Oh my God. No, that's ridiculous.
And I think over the course of the whole year, we've only missed like 1, maybe 2 weeks.
And every time I question why we're doing it, but we're doing it, and it's great.
Do you know why? Because we are having a good time, and we have a genuine affinity for each other. You are one of my favorite
friendship.
You're one of my favorite people, and I say that in complete honesty. And I am one of everyone's favorite people. So, so I mean, it just sort of works. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Greg, you're one of my favorite people, but I don't know. I can't speak for everybody.
Oh, no. There is no one who has anything against me and dislikes me in any way.
I mean, it's good to feel that way. It's good to feel that way.
You have to live your life with confidence.
Sure, but you don't want to, dilute yourself. You don't want to lie to yourself.
Don't mix yourself with water. You're already 80% water. 70 to 80% somewhere in there.
I knew that was coming.
Did you really?
That was coming. Yes,
you knew
I did.
When you said dilute yourself?
Before I said dilute, I'm like, oh, should I say it? And then I did, and I let you go.
You're like the Dean Martin to my Jerry Lewis. And I don't even like Jerry Lewis.
I hear that he was kind of a jerk.
I would have rather spent like if someone said, okay, we're going to send you off to Maldives with either Jerry Lewis or Dean Martin, and this is of course in 1973. You'd go back in time.
Yeah.
Who do you want to spend a week with in Maldives? And I'd be like, oh, Dean Martin for sure.
Okay, why Maldives specifically?
Look, I didn't choose the place. That's just where they're sending you.
Okay.
Yeah, don't point fingers at me like I'm the guy who said it.
No, but that makes me wonder. Like, if it was a different place, would you have chosen a different one of them, or is it?
No, it'd be anywhere.
Something
If
about,
they said, "Oh, you're gonna go to Haiti with one of these guys."
Yeah. Okay, then don't even specify the place. Then it really doesn't. It doesn't matter.
Well, I'm just telling you what they said. I didn't make it up. I'm just telling you what
Who
they
said
said.
this.
What they said. That's what they gave. Listen, don't.
Greg, yeah.
You're putting me on the spot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Am I putting you on the spot in this podcast where we both have to talk all the time?
Speaking of podcasts, look, I feel like I got to do a plug, and we never like do a plug. We don't normally plug other podcasts here, but there is one that is pretty special.
Every time you say plug, I enjoy it. Every time.
So there's one pretty special one, and I want to urge all of you to check it out. I want to urge all of you to listen to my plug. There's a podcast you guys should listen to. It's just great. It's called Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. It stars two
That's
YouTubers.
Us. Greg, we don't have to plug this. I'm
saying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get more listeners. I'm trying to listen.
No, they're already here. The ones you're talking to are already here.
I want them to listen to the podcast. So I'm trying to.
Just ask them. Maybe they're here and they're not subscribed. You could ask them to subscribe, or follow us, but you don't have to tell them to listen because they are already listening.
If they can all listen to just one episode, like this episode's a good one. If you guys could check out this episode, it's so good. Sure. It's really funny.
Here. They're here, Greg. They're here.
So
what about this episode?
Okay, so it worked. So my plug worked. Is what you're saying?
No, no. Your plug was unnecessary. Yeah. It was a waste of time. What a waste of time that was.
I'm just trying to help the podcast. I just wanted to get more listeners, and I had an idea, and you had to poo-poo it.
Help better. Have better ideas.
It's like when you go to a Chinese restaurant and you order a poo-poo platter. You had to poo-poo my idea.
It's not like that at all. Can you order a poo-poo platter anymore? I think
so. I mean, it was more of like a 70s thing, but I bet there's still some Chinese restaurants that have a poo-poo platter.
I think they probably were like, you know what? People don't like this poo-poo word. Let's change it to
I would order a
else.
poo-poo platter. I don't even want any of the stuff on it. It's mostly fried stuff. I don't even want most of that.
Yeah, I've never had a poo-poo platter.
It'll have like fried wontons on it and maybe some crab rangoon, which doesn't have any crab in it.
No.
They should just call it Rangoon because all it is Rangoon.
And crab Rangoon is lower on my list of choices that I would.
Me too. But let me ask you, what's your favorite Rangoon?
Crab, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the eggplant.
Eggplant Rangoon.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of eggplant Rangoon.
I don't think that's a thing.
Well, it is now.
Okay.
It is now. I'm going to open an eggplant Rangoon restaurant. It's going to sweep the nation. Everybody's going to be like, oh my God, did you go and get Greg Benson's eggplant Rangoon?
So is it going to be like a fried thing that is shaped like an eggplant?
Know. I invented the idea, but I have to hire a professional chef to make it. I don't know how it's made, but it's delicious.
How do you know it's delicious?
I'm just assuming. I can't eat it, though. Allergic to eggplant. But besides that...
Oh, it doesn't have to have eggplant in it because a crab Rangoon doesn't have crab in it.
Oh, that's a good point. Also, I'm not allergic to eggplant. I made that part up. But...
Oh, okay.
But I think it's a good idea, and I'm going with it.
All right. Well, you know what? This is as ideas go, this is one of your fine ones. This is one of your okay ones.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Eggplant Rangoon, that's intriguing. I might check it out if I saw something that said eggplant Rangoon.
You know what else you should check out? You should check out our sponsor from this week. We do have a sponsor, and I need to read the copy here. Hang on a second. Mom, do you like bats and Everybody Loves Raymond's hilarious lady star, Doris Roberts? Then come buy some bats at Doris Roberts Bats Store.
Is this written by AI?
Hang on. That's Doris Roberts Bat Store. winner of 7 awards.
Oh, okay. Doris Roberts.
Yeah, Doris Roberts from Everybody Loves Raymond. She's a hilarious lady star.
Is she the wife?
She's the mom. She
She's the mom, right?
Yeah,
right.
she's Raymond's mom.
She is hilarious.
Well, she was hilarious. I think she passed away recently.
Well,
But
that's a shame because she
bad
just started
store-
a new business.
Well, her
now,
bad store.
Is this,
It's not a new business. It's been open since 1978.
oh yeah.
But it lives on.
What kind of bats are we talking about here?
Live
We're talking
bats.
About baseball bats or
just
live bats?
Live bats.
Okay, and why is this addressed to your mom?
And
This,
they also have baseball bats.
yeah. Okay.
They have
okay. All right.
And they also like if you just like to bat your eyes at someone, they've got those too. They've got all
got eyes?
They cover all no.
Wait. They got eyes, or they got you batting
They cover
your eyes
like
at
you
someone?
batting your eyes at someone. They cover those sort of bats also. They have
I don't
all
understand
sorts
what
of
that
bats.
means. No, I don't understand how they cover that. Like, do I pay? do I pay them to bat my eyes at something?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You can't.
I can do that for
No,
free. I
no.
can just do that.
No, don't you try to do that.
They have a patent on batting eyes?
It's not a patent. It's just that's one of the things they sell. What do you want to put Doris Roberts' store out of business? She was hilarious on Everybody Loves Raymond, and you want to put her out of business.
It doesn't sound like the business is really that important. It doesn't sound like I've never heard of it until now, first of all. So if it went out of business, that wouldn't change anything. And plus, they're charging people to do something they can do for free, which is bullshit. So I think it should go out of business.
Okay, what you're doing now is you're going to make us lose our sponsorship. And I honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot. Can I change my answer?
Yeah.
I think dragons are real. Can I just change my answer to that?
Okay, but that doesn't matter. Have anything to do with this conversation?
You're absolutely right. Now it's time for the Patreon-only bonus section, starting right now.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
And that's the end of the Patreon-only bonus section. We hope you enjoyed it.
Greg,
Yeah.
what's
up?
What's the matter?
What's
What
up? No,
happened?
nothing. No, I'm just saying that part's over.
Okay, what are you okay? What happened?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
He told a joke and then he just turned into something else. He just turned into a...
You know what?
Okay.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
come back from the Patreon section with so much energy. And I thought, you know
Yeah.
what? I bet our listeners, they're like, hey, this is episode 71. We're tired of all that energy every single time. Mix it up, Benson. And so I did, just for our listeners. I mixed it up.
Why do we always have to change it up? Why can't we be happy with things being the same, Greg?
Man, you're so right. You're so right.
What am I right about?
Huh?
I guess I am right that we aren't happy with
Yeah.
things being the same.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
But why?
Yeah.
Why is that? You think?
100%.
Yeah. Let's speculate. Speculate with me for
Yeah.
a second.
Sure.
Okay.
You know why? Because sometimes people, they get bored doing the same things over and over again. Like if you're like, oh my God, I love to have, let's just say sex, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you're going to be like, you know what? Today, instead of sex, I better eat something, you know?
Okay. No. I don't.
I'm
I
sort
don't
of,
know if
I'm
that's
sort of
how you
wasting
organize-
away. I'm
Right.
wasting away and I'm getting really weak. And I should probably have some sort of liquids.
I don't know how you organize your life, but there are several basic things you should do every day. and
That's
all
what
the
I'm
time.
saying. Mix it up. Don't just do one of the
no.
things. Yeah, we're both
no.
on the same page. We're saying the
No.
same thing, Craig.
No, Greg. You always have
saying-
to eat. Yeah.
What if you're busy
even-
having sex all the time? When are you supposed to eat?
Well, no. Technically, you could eat while having sex.
And
but
here's
I'm-
the
but,
other thing.
but,
Here's the other
yeah.
thing. If you have sex for 24 hours every single day,
Okay.
you're
Oh
not
my God.
leaving. You're not leaving any time for sleep. And
That's true.
I feel like rest.
But no one's
is important.
talking about that. No one's talking.
I
about
know that's why I'm bringing it up because
sex for
someone has
24
to talk
hours.
about it because this is important. Look, Look,
No.
sleep is regenerative. You need to rest your body because it's kind of
Yeah.
like you're charging your batteries. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I agree with you 100%.
You know,
there.
you wouldn't just
Yeah.
let your phone run out of battery, would you?
I mean, on accident, sure.
You have?
That's
I
fine.
don't know if I've ever let my phone run out of battery. My phone gets to like, oh my God, it's at 92%. I better plug it in.
Okay, well, that's a bit. You're a little bit of a
I just don't want it to run out. I feel
high
like
strung.
my
I would call that high strung.
I feel like my phone running out of battery would be like the worst thing that's ever happened. Not just to me, but to anyone.
The point is, Greg.
Yes.
Yes, we have basic things we have to do every day to survive.
Right.
But we also we can't tolerate doing the same things all the time. We always got to change it up.
Yeah. That's exactly my point.
Is it?
Yeah. We're on the
Wouldn't
same
it be
page.
great if I could just be happy watching the same shows, listening to the same music, eating the exact same food every day? Wouldn't it be so much easier?
Well, I mean, you kind of do. You have an apple with peanut butter every day. You probably
I do have
listen,
the same breakfast
You
every
probably
day.
listen to the Beatles
Almost.
every single day, and then every day you watch reruns of WKRP in Cincinnati
No.
every single
I have-
day. And
No,
let me
no.
tell you something. That show does not hold up. That is not a
have
good
not-
show anymore.
And I don't watch it.
Well, I don't blame you. It doesn't hold up.
Okay. I used to watch The Simpsons all the time
Sure.
back in
Of
the
course,
90s.
Of course.
And then all of a sudden, I don't want to watch The Simpsons anymore.
Well,
You know?
you
I just-
turn it on now and you're like, oh, it's sort of like you're watching like a shadow of The Simpsons. It's like, well,
Yeah.
I mean, you still have the same characters and they're still saying words.
Yeah.
Kind of like South Park. Like South Park, they don't
Yeah.
have Chef anymore because he went off and left the show and then died. You know, that's
Yeah.
what happens when you leave a show. And then
Selfish.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
and then they don't do songs. They don't do really songs anymore.
Wait, does everyone die when they leave a show? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Well, yeah. Think
Okay.
about anybody who ever left any show.
Uh-huh.
They're all dead.
No, it's not true. But they will.
Okay,
They will be.
no, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that eventually they're going to
Yeah.
die. Like, don't argue with me.
Okay.
Look, I'm trying to just make a point. Can't you let
Okay.
a man make a point?
Well, okay, so in the case of South Park, yeah, the show kind of changed as well, I suppose. But yeah, that's the thing with comedy. You listen to the same type of comedy over. I feel like comedy has a shorter shelf life than most things. It gets old pretty quickly,
I
doesn't
know.
it?
That's why we've lost so many listeners already.
Yeah.
Just within this episode. That's
Yeah.
why I was trying to get them to listen to this episode earlier. All those people, you were like, no, this is unnecessary. And then they just stopped listening. See,
Oh.
if you would have let me plug the show,
So we have to plead. We have to plead to our audience.
I didn't
in the middle of
plead.
every
It's
episode
not
to make
pronounced-
sure that they.
no, it's not pronounced plead, it's pronounced plug.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Okay, no, but it's the same thing. In the middle of every episode, we have to plead with our audience for them to keep watching. That seems exhausting.
No, don't-
Do you ever
no, you
see
don't.
that on TV? Do you ever see like you're watching an episode of I don't know, Law and Order or something in the middle of the
WKRP in
episode?
Cincinnati. WKRP in
Okay,
Cincinnati.
WKRP. Oh, sorry, that's the example we have to go
Yeah,
with. Yes. WKRP in the middle of the
Wait,
episode,
look,
they're
yeah,
like,
look,
please
guys,
keep watching.
Yeah,
please.
here's what they say. We know this doesn't hold up anymore. We know it's a
Yeah.
little
Oh,
cheesy.
they said that
we know
back
it's
then?
cheesy and sexist and just not that funny. But
Yeah.
you know, you remember it in your mind. You remember Venus Flytrap and
Yeah.
Hamburger Samsonite and
Yeah,
all those
yeah.
characters who are so funny.
Yeah. Hamburger
So-
Samsonite. It was a
I love him.
suitcase made out of hamburger. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Hamburger Samsonite.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we've you know what I just realized? We have not yet talked about lettuce.
Oh no.
This is a podcast about lettuce.
Why is this all of a sudden a concern for you?
Because every episode we have to talk about lettuce. It's our rule.
I'm beginning to think that your thoughts and topics of conversation are just random, Greg. I just feel like they're just
Bowling balls. Yes or no?
there it is. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Well, if I'm bowling, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I agree.
One. At
I
least
agree.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. But in most other times, no.
Yeah.
Most other times.
You know why? They're too heavy.
Why?
You don't have to carry
Yeah.
around an extra 15, 17 pounds, however big your bowling ball is.
Yeah.
You don't
I
want to
see
carry around
very-
a 17-pound bowling ball.
very little use for them other than for bowling. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. I love that you and I agree on so many of these important topics.
Yeah.
Because that is exactly how I feel about bowling balls. I mean,
Listen, Greg,
when I go to
yeah.
Starbucks and you sit down at, I sit down at a table at Starbucks and I see somebody sitting down at a table next to me and they pull out like 6-7 bowling balls. I'm like, I don't see the point. This is unnecessary.
Seems very heavy.
They roll around. They knock over their coffee. They're getting coffee all over themselves. You know?
Yeah, they're hard to. You can't really place them on a table very easily because they
you
roll.
Can't. That's my
They're very
point.
round.
You're gonna.
They're very round.
They're like one of the most round things I've ever seen. And you have to like put your arms out like this. You have to try to like put your arms all the way around the table to try to hold them from going over the edges. I mean, it's honestly, it's ridiculous. These people who go to Starbucks and bring 6-7 bowling balls with them, those people are ridiculous.
They are, but that's not a thing though. No one does that.
I want to listen. I just want to. I want to title this episode, "Please do not bring your bowling balls to Starbucks," because I think more people need to get that message that it is unnecessary.
Yeah. All right. See. Now, if people kept listening, they heard that important public service announcement.
All right, let's talk about lettuce. Do you know what I love about lettuce?
What?
If lettuce were the CEO of a major corporation, I feel like it would pay its employees a fair living wage. You know, that's what I love about lettuce.
You think it would put people over profits?
I think that it would find a decent balance between the two. But I feel like lettuce would care about its employees and would want to take care of them because lettuce would know that those employees would take care of them and the company.
What makes you think lettuce would do that?
Lettuce just seems honest, trustworthy, and maritime.
Yeah, you made it sound like you were going to say a third thing, so you had to come up with one.
I know, and then I'd have a third thing. So I let my mouth lead before my brain. I let my mouth lead, and it came up with the word maritime.
So maritime lettuce is grown on land.
Yeah.
I guess there's hydroponic lettuce.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you love about lettuce?
Well, I learned something that if you use Epsom salt in your lettuce garden, good things happen. So
I used to sprinkle Epsom salt all around my lemon tree when I had a lemon tree at the last house we lived in, and then you water it, and the Epsom salt goes into the roots, and then your lemons are really good.
All right.
Yeah.
So Epsom salt, put some Epsom salt in your lettuce garden, people.
Absolutely. Did you know that Epsom salt's named after the actor Buddy Epsom salt?
Buddy Epsom salt?
Yeah, from the Beverly Hillbillies. Buddy Epsom salt. Yeah.
No.
And
I believe it's Buddy Ebsen.
Okay.
And that's you're just saying the wrong name.
Okay, great. All right. Look, I feel like I've done a lot of talking on this episode, so I'd like to hand it over to you. You go ahead and do the talking from this point on.
Thank you, Greg. I am so glad to finally get a chance to speak my mind.
And I'm not going to interrupt you either. I want you to be able to just have the freedom to say the things that you want to say.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. So
if I did interrupt you,
okay.
If I said that I didn't want to and I did interrupt you, then that would feel probably more like a comedy bit. And I don't want to do a comedy bit. I want this to be a genuine moment where you take over and you've basically you're on the horse. You've got the reins. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So ride that horse into the sunset for us. Go for it.
Oh, okay. So I've been
It's
watching...
like you're a driver of a car and you are behind the wheel. And you've got control. You've got control of that car.
That's similar to the horse metaphor. You just
go ahead.
I'm trying to clean my glasses right now, and they keep getting smudgy.
It's so like anyway, you're a blimp operator, and you're the one turning
another mode of transportation. Sure.
Hey, what about transportation? You know, a lot of people ask that question. So
what question?
What about transportation?
What about it? Yeah.
That's exactly what I always say. Yeah, what about it?
Well, it's very situational. Like if you're asking about transportation to the grocery store.
Can I just finish the blimp metaphor?
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's-
Okay, you stopped the blimp metaphor.
Yeah.
But go
Well,
ahead.
I mean, I
Continue.
think that you did because you interrupted me. I'm trying to. This is my time to
okay.
talk. This is not Craig's time to talk.
Sorry.
This is my time.
Sorry.
Okay.
Go on.
All
Go
right.
on. Yes.
My time.
Yeah.
You're interrupting me. I was saying you're controlling a blimp. It's kind of like that.
Okay. Describing my time to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But why is it more like a blimp than like, say, a car or a
Well,
horse?
I mean, it's like a blimp and a car and think about it. There's so many different types of cars too. Have you ever thought about that?
I do think about that. I feel
Yeah.
like there are too many. There are too many trucks.
There's too many
I
of
prefer
everything.
a small vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Trains are awesome. There should be more trains.
Well, I that's not. I mean, that's it's not going to be helpful to you. I mean, you've got a daughter you need to put in the back seat, and also trains have to stay on a track. You're better off just driving a car around.
Well, I am, yes, because I don't have a convenient public transit system around
Yeah.
here.
And also, I mean, you have a train, you got to stay on tracks all the time. But let's say you want to like go to the dry cleaners, and the track doesn't
Yeah.
lead to the dry cleaners.
Well, in that case, you could probably get an Uber.
Well, yeah,
or-
but
bike,
why not just
well,
get a
probably
car in
not
the
if you're
first
thinking-
place?
What?
Why not just get a car in the first place? I mean, look, you want to make things convenient for yourself.
I mean, if there was enough public transit and I didn't need a car, that would be wonderful. Then I wouldn't have to pay for car insurance. I wouldn't have to just worry about parking it in the garage, parking it where I have to go, ongoing maintenance of the car. Wouldn't that be great?
You know what I don't think is fair about car insurance is they make you pay like a set amount, right? But then when you realize throughout the course of the day, you're asleep for like 8 hours out of the day or something like that. So that only leaves like 16 hours. And of those 16 hours, you're not usually driving all 16 hours. Maybe
Yeah.
you'll drive between like, half an hour and 3-4 hours in that day. But yet you're paying for car insurance for the whole 24 hours every day. It's basically like you're wasting money, and you should just say, hey, you should be able to call the insurance company, cancel your policy every time you're not driving,
No.
and then get a new policy every time you are driving. And that's the only way it's fair. Like,
Okay, that sounds very cumbersome, I would say. And also, how are you paying for your insurance? Are you constantly paying? Are you?
I'm constantly paying for my insurance. Yes, I am.
Yeah. So you get a bill like all the time for your insurance.
It is a constant bill. I do get a constant bill for my insurance.
What does that mean?
I don't like it. It means I'm wasting a lot of money.
I don't get it. Like, are you just when you like right now? I don't see you giving over money to anyone. So how are you like constantly paying money?
Okay, I don't really understand it either. All I know is that we are all paying for insurance when we don't need it. That's my point.
Okay. Well, I'm not one to argue for the insurance companies, but I mean, I feel like the price you pay for the insurance takes into account the amount of time you're using your vehicle.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
A wise songwriter once said, "In a big country, dreams stay with you like a lover's voice finds the mountainside."
Okay. What was that bit? What was that bit in the middle?
In a big country, dreams stay with you like a lover's voice finds the mountainside.
Times the mountainside or Himes the
No,
mountainside?
it's the lyric to the song.
Lover's voice, Himes the mountainside.
Yeah, like a lover's voice finds the mountainside.
So you get like a little drunk in the middle of that song lyric.
Well,
Like,
okay, I'll admit to you, I don't know what he says there.
Okay.
Like a lover's voice finds the mountainside, fires the mountainside. I don't really understand.
Yeah.
It's like cries the mountainside.
So why are we bringing this up then?
Well, I don't know. Look, you brought it up. I'm just saying I don't know what
No.
what the word is. You pointed out that it's a word that I don't know, And sometimes I
Yeah,
don't
but why are
understand
we
what the
bringing
lyrics
up
are.
the song? Why would we bring up the song lyric?
All right, I'll look it up. If you really want me to, I'll look it up.
What does this have to do with
on.
insurance?
I don't.
Car
In a
insurance.
big country lyrics. Okay, here we go. In a big country lyrics. In a big country, dreams stay with you like a lover's voice on the mountainside. That's what it says right there.
No.
Okay.
No, how do you spell that? How do you spell that word?
It's spelled
Nice.
I-S.
Those aren't letters. Those aren't letters.
I actually was right. I got it on one of my guesses. Can you guess which one is correct?
No, I don't think you never guessed. You
I
just
did.
mumbled.
I did. I
Oh.
guessed several words. And one of the words I guessed was fires, and it is like a lover's voice fires the mountainside. So that mountainside has not been pulling its fair share at its job, and
Yeah.
the lover had to say, "Mountainside, you're fired." You know,
Yeah.
pack your box.
I don't think that's what they
and we're
meant.
gonna
I don't think that's what the song lyric-
security
Can you-
is gonna
Can you
is
say
gonna-
the whole lyric again? I don't think
security is going to escort you off the mountain.
that's not what that means. Can you
I
say
think
the
it
whole
is.
lyric again? And
Sure.
Who is this again?
This is big country.
Okay.
In a big country, dreams stay with you like a lover's voice fires the mountainside.
Mm-hmm.
Stay alive.
I'm not 100% sure what that means. Fires the mountainside. A lover's
Well,
voice fires
you know
the
what?
mountainside.
That's why they only had one hit.
Okay.
They're like, all right,
Yes.
we'll give you this hit because it's got you with the drums, and you go cha, and everybody
But
loves
we
a good
don't-
cha.
And then they're like, but we don't know what the hell it means to fire a mountainside, so no more hits.
And then the band
Right.
is like, well, the mountainside wasn't doing its job, so it got fired by the lover's voice.
But
like,
still
oh,
doesn't
okay.
make sense. But that still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it packed its box, and then security escorted it off the mountain. And now the
But
mountain,
what does that have to do with the first half
and
of the
now
lyric?
the mountain has no side. It's just a top of a mountain and a bottom, but no
That's
side.
part of a simile. What was the first part? In a big country,
Dreams stay with you.
dreams stay with you.
Yeah.
But then the lover is firing the mountain. The mountain is not staying with the lover. So what
Okay,
does that have?
I want to point out. Look, I know
Yeah.
you're a songwriter and you've had a band and you've released albums. But let me just ask you this, Mr. Wise Guy. Have you ever had a hit as big as In a Big Country by Big Country from 1983?
No, I have not.
Well, then maybe you're not the one to
This is
throw stones.
people, songwriter or not, people can interpret lyrics.
Yeah,
or words.
you can. But Big Country is living in a glass house, and don't throw stones at that house because you're going to break the windows. That's what they say. Don't break the Big Country's windows.
Don't throw stones at someone else's glass house.
Don't throw stones at Big Country's glass house. That's what. Hang on a second.
Okay.
I just got a confirmation that Gary Busey really enjoyed that joke.
Okay.
He enjoyed that part.
Gary Busey really enjoyed the glass house.
Gary Busey's a big fan of Big Country and also the glass houses
Metaphor?
metaphor. Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Busey.
Wow, we really combined some of his very special interests. Some of his
Yeah.
that's amazing that we
Yeah.
we landed on that.
I know. Sometimes you just get lucky.
And also, I forgot as Gary. We talked about Gary Busey listening to this
Yeah,
podcast.
he's got a
I
live
think,
feed.
early on,
Yeah, that's right.
and it's still there, huh? We
This is
still haven't gotten
this
rid
is
of that.
This is a callback to like episode 7.
Yeah, wow.
Something like that.
So, yeah, and I'm surprised I remember it, but and I'm surprised I forgot that Gary Busey has been listening in this whole time.
Every time
So-
he's got a live feed, and
Now-
hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, he's saying he's really enjoying us talking about him right now.
Granted, Gary Busey is not as influential as he used to be, but can't he help us get more popular as a podcast?
Hang on a second.
Okay.
Well, he's suggesting we do a plug right now to our listeners to tell them to listen to this episode.
No.
Okay.
Okay, that's a bad idea, Gary. I don't
No.
want Gary Busey.
Gary Busey says we have like 2 or 3 minutes left in this episode.
I don't want his advice.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to just repeat what Gary Busey's saying. Hang on.
Okay.
What the hell is this? There's rats on my face. Help me. Help me. There's rats on there's rats on my face.
Okay.
Someone get the rats off my face. I'm just repeating what he's saying. Someone get the rat. There's rats.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Look at all these rats on my face.
You know what? Cut the feed. Let's not listen to Gary Busey.
They're biting me.
Listen. We don't need to listen. Maybe call someone.
I'm going to cut it now. Cut it. Okay.
Do you know where he lives?
All right. I just cut it. I just cut the feed.
Do you know where he lives?
I don't. I don't. No one knows where he lives.
That's unfortunate.
No one knows which underpass he lives under.
Oh,
it's an overpass. Wait a minute. Is it an overpass or an underpass?
It depends on what you're talking about. Are you talking about an overpass?
He lives under an overpass?
There you go, yeah.
And the freeway goes over an underpass?
Yeah.
Okay.
He could live over an underpass, but that would be a worse place to live.
I mean, It seems dangerous because all those cars whizzing by.
But the underpass will also have cars whizzing by.
Man, that's so true.
Yeah, but you'll at least have shelter, from the sun, from the rain.
Yeah. No, this is great. This is great.
I'm on Gary Busey's Twitter page right now, and one of his recent tweets.
Oh, he's probably talking about this episode.
He said, no, he didn't actually. He said, "Hey, Samsung, why is my brand new fridge a lemon?" And then a bunch of lemon emojis and then crying emojis.
Yeah, Samsung makes horrible refrigerators. If he did a little bit of research, he would have known not to buy a Samsung refrigerator.
And then here's another tweet. When you're making decisions, look at the 7th generational observation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's always saying stuff like that.
When you take your time, the treasure gets bigger.
Yeah, that's not all that gets bigger. You know what I'm saying?
No. What are you saying? What are you saying? What gets bigger?
I don't know. Ask Gary Busey. And I would ask him myself, but you had me cut the feed, and he can't reestablish it till the next episode.
Here you go. Even when it's cloudy, cloud emoji, you can have fun in the sun. Sun emoji, hashtag Happy Easter.
Well, I feel like for that you need to be in an airplane that flies over the clouds. That's the only way it's the only way the day turns sunny on a cloudy day.
I mean, unless it's partly cloudy, then it's.
He didn't say partly cloudy.
That's true, but the emoji is like a sun with a cloud partially in front of it.
Well, that's partly cloudy. He should have said partly cloudy.
Yeah, even when it's partly cloudy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also said Happy Easter.
Man, well, Happy Easter to all of us. Happy Easter, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the special Eber. We hope you enjoyed the special Eber episode.
Happy Eber, everybody.
Of two guys talking about Eber. My name has been Gregory Benson.
My name is Craig Eber.
Oh, man. I loved your movie reviews with your Bredger. Yeah.
With my Bredger, Roger.
Roger. It's good that we're stopping this episode now because I can't talk anymore. My mouth has stopped working.
You've been drinking too much during this episode.
I really have. Too much water.
Yeah.
See you next time, everybody.
Bye.